Reconnecting with God. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about there's nothing that can separate us from God loving us. And I talked about shame. And so today, I'm going to go into the way to overcome shame is vulnerability, is honesty, is I don't know how to overcome this. I don't know how to get past this. Or, God, this is what I have done. You often feel like I'm never going to get it, or I've made so many mistakes. So, this is Genesis 3, verse 7. This was after Adam ate the fruit. At that moment, their eyes were opened and they suddenly felt shame at their nakedness. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When the cool evening breezes were blowing, the man and his wife heard the Lord God walking in the garden. So they hid from the Lord among the trees. And the Lord God called the man, "Where are you?" He replied, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked." "Who told you you were naked?" the Lord God asked. "Have you eaten from the tree whose fruit I commanded you not to eat?" So in this verse, Adam and Eve immediately knew they did something wrong. And instead of going to God, they hid from him. They covered themselves and they hid from him. A lot of us hide our shame from overeating, from spending too much time on social media, from not talking to people, to not openly sharing what is going on with us, avoiding acting like it didn't happen. The approach is interesting that God approached in this verse because what happened was he said, "Where are you?" And Adam literally said, "I was afraid because I was naked." And the Lord God said, "Who told you you were naked? Who told you that you had to hide yourself from me? Who told you that you couldn't be exposed before me?" I think a lot of us negate or think that God can't handle the heaviness of what we experience. And so we just hide from him. We avoid him. We avoid engaging with him because we feel so ashamed. And I wonder if what would have happened if Adam actually said, "I ate from this tree. I did something you told me not to do. I wasn't open." In the following verses, he went on to blame Eve. Eve went on to blame the serpent. And here we are, girl, toe up, okay? A lot of us don't get vulnerable with God. We don't share. We don't expose. We don't even know where to start. Some of us are like, you know what? I'm in a relationship that is abusive and I don't know how to get out. Or I have experienced abuse from my parent and I have no self-esteem. God, teach me how to have self-esteem. God needs to see all of you. And so in day 3, I'm going to talk to you about how ain't nothing is hidden from God. And I'm going to give you a verse that solidifies that even though you're not saying it, it doesn't mean he doesn't know. So I'll see you in day 3.